I think that the only thing that's going to stop the abuses of Bradley Manning is if people start asking questions. Nobody actually knows what Manning did. He's never said what he did. All the information that we know about what may have happened come from a very unreliable source.
That Jane Hamsher, of course, detailing the conditions of Bradley Manning and his ongoing detention, that yesterday on the show, along with her own brush with the military police and trying to visit Private Manning. Just after the show, Pentagon officials spoke to NBC News about Manning, the soldier accused of giving documents to WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange. Here's what they had to say. They say they found no direct link at all between Manning and WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange. And they admitted that the decision to put him under suicide watch was a violation of procedure, but do deny that Manning is being mistreated or tortured in any way. But think about that in the context of 243 days in confinement, 23-hour-a-day lockdown, sleep deprivation, and you think China's bad. Joining us now to talk about it, our E-team, like the A-team, of course, but better, Democratic strategist and MSNBC political analyst Karen Finney, Republican strategist Susan Del Percio, and our Washington insider, Jimmy Williams. A pleasure to see all of you. Karen, I'm going to start with you. How does the president, the White House, the Pentagon respond to a country that treats somebody the way they're treating Private Manning, uncharged, no trial, 240 days in solitary? How has this happened?
Well, you know, unfortunately, Dylan, as I understand, and Jimmy, having gone to the Citadel, will know a little bit better than me, but he is under the auspices of military law. And as I understand it, is very different than the system would be if you or I were arrested for something. There isn't a due process. As my mother used to say to me when I was a teenager, there's no due process.
But there is a uniform code of military conduct. This does not appear to be that either.
Well, but it appears, I mean, it sounds like they acknowledged yesterday that perhaps protocol was broken, and hopefully they will, rectify that. But again, Dylan, I think part of the problem here, and I don't disagree with you and what you were saying in terms of the concern. At the same time, this is a very serious issue. These are top secret information. I believe what they were able to confirm.
He hasn't been charged.
But what they were able to confirm, though, was that he downloaded information to his personal computer. That's an offense. You're not supposed to do that.
So basically, if you download the wrong information, Jimmy, we can hold you, not try you, put you in solitary for 243 days, arbitrarily put you on suicide watch. It sounds more like Guantanamo than the Uniform Code of Military Conduct to me.
Well, Guantanamo is the military, Dylan, and I hate to tell the American people and the folks that watch your show, but when you go into a court of law as a civilian versus a court of law in the military, they're not the same, they're not treated the same, and they shouldn't be the same. The military, listen, when you sign up for the military, you go in and you know it ain't a cakewalk. And this guy, if he did what they say he did, despite the fact that he hasn't been charged, then if he did that, then he broke the law. He broke the military law.
But if he did what they say he did, why don't they charge him?
Because they don't have to. It's the military, Dylan.
Oh, so you can pick somebody up, not charge them, tell the press that they did something, but not charge them with them, and then put them in solitary and torture them?
I will say this.
My understanding is that every person who gets charged inside of the Uniform Code of Military Conduct doesn't get treated anything like this, with all due respect. So to suggest that this is just how it is in the military is a little bit insulting.
Well, it may be insulting, but listen, you don't go into the military thinking that you have the same rights as everybody else. I'm sorry. I know it sounds cold-hearted and mean and terrible, but the military isn't exactly, it's not a cakewalk. It's called public service. Yeah. And when you give up your life for public service, then you give up certain liberties and freedoms. So that's just the fact.
You agree with that, Susan? So basically, you've got the Civilian Code of Conduct, you've got the Uniform Military Code of Conduct, and then you have the Guantanamo Bay Code of Conduct, which is arbitrarily chosen by the political leadership. Is that basically our country?
No, but you are held to a higher standard when you go into the military.
Then why don't they charge him?
Because, frankly, it seems like they're trying to focus on making the case of connecting him to WikiLeaks. And it's not so much they're questioning did he or did he not download the information, which is certainly a crime, and a very serious one at that. It's that they're trying to nail down how if it did and how it happened to WikiLeaks.
All right. Let's move along here. Hopefully that I don't get put in solitary for talking about it, man. You guys are all, I think you guys are just afraid they're coming for you next.